What's going on, guys? P-Dog here, and the Oscars is 1 month away from today, and so I figured that I'd make a updated predictions video because the predictions that I made in my Golden Globe video are a little bit outdated. So I figured I'd give out the official Oscar nominations, and I'll give you my picks as to what's going to win each one of them. I'm probably going to be watching the Oscars live. I'm going to be definitely watching the BAFTAs live because that's actually convenient for me. I'm probably going to try and watch the Oscars live and see. I might live tweet through it and see what's going on, but might as well get stuck straight in because there's quite a lot of categories to cover here. I'm only going to go from best adapted screenplay upwards, and I'm using the IMDb page here so I can actually read what's going on. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the nominations for the best adapted screenplay is American Sniper, Inherent Vice, The Imitation Game, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash. It's a pretty close enough category. If I was saying my personal pick from all 5 of those, I'd probably go Whiplash, because Whiplash had a lot of important themes in it. By the way, I would like to say that over the past week I did watch 3 films that are pretty Oscar heavy, and that is in order: Birdman, Whiplash, and Foxcatcher. I've seen them all last week, and so I can pretty much give a better opinion as to what I think is going to do well in this, because I've actually seen the films. So on this list, I do think Whiplash is probably going to do better than the other categories. I mean, The Imitation Game and The Theory of Everything, they're pretty solid screenplays, I will say, but there's nothing really outstanding about them. Whiplash brought a lot of interesting like ideas and stuff, and like a lot of it was very creative. It didn't really feel like an adapted screenplay, and it's really weird because it's adapted on the same screenplay that was made for the short film last year. It just makes no sense, but whatever. My personal opinion is Whiplash. I think the Academy might join them for Whiplash, but they might also go maybe Theory of Everything or Imitation Game. That's my prediction anyway, so it's a pretty close one for that area, but I'll say Whiplash. Why not? Because I don't think American Sniper and Inherent Vice are really that gripping, in my opinion. Okay, best original screenplay, and the nominees are Boyhood, Birdman, Foxcatcher, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Nightcrawler. That's a tougher category, I think. My personal pick would be The Grand Budapest Hotel, because I think that had like a lot, like it was just a really witty, brilliant script, brought a lot of life to the film, that script, in my opinion. But I mean, also Birdman also gets a nice recommendation here, because Birdman also, much like Whiplash, tackled a lot of interesting themes and like ideas. Boyhood, I wasn't even sure if it counted because they wrote the script over a course of 12 years, like a few pages each year, and then they just do those scenes, and then that's it. So I probably wouldn't put Boyhood in there, but the Academy might go for it. Foxcatcher, I don't think really had a great script, to be honest. I don't think it was like that gripping or anything. Foxcatcher is more for the performances. The story itself, not the best. So I would probably rule that out. Nightcrawler, I haven't seen Nightcrawler yet, which is really annoying. So I can't really talk about the Jake Gyllenhaal being snubbed, which I still think is pretty messed up because he's one of my favorite actors, and the fact that he's not being recognized by the Academy for what people are saying is his best role so far, I think that's a bit rough. But if I was to say what will probably win best screenplay, I'd probably say Birdman will win best screenplay. Yeah, I'd say Birdman or Boyhood, but I would really like Grand Budapest to win. I don't think it's going to happen though, so I'm going to say my pick for best screenplay is going to be Birdman. Okay, it doesn't get any easier here because we move up to the best achievement in directing, so best director. It goes for Richard Linklater for Boyhood, Alejandro González Iñárritu for Birdman, Bennett Miller for Foxcatcher, Wes Anderson for The Grand Budapest Hotel, and how do you even pronounce this guy's name? Morton Tildum, whatever his name is, for The Imitation Game. There's a few of these I could probably rule out. I think the guy I just said there, Morton, he's probably going to be ruled out. Foxcatcher is a pretty well directed movie. It's really slow, and I think a lot of that goes to the director, like credit to him. I don't think it's really amazing for a director standpoint. I don't think it's going to be up to par with these other ones. So basically the main 3, it's much like the screenplay one, is for Boyhood, Birdman, and The Grand Budapest Hotel. Personally, once again, you know how much I love Grand Budapest Hotel at this point. I mean, I keep on talking about it. I don't think it's going to win Best Director, which is kind of upsetting because it is Wes Anderson's best directed film, in my opinion. I think once again it's between The Shot and The Shoot, and I think for director, it's so tough because you have Iñárritu, his style of directing and his visuals and stuff are amazing. I mean, the fact that the entire film looked like it was taken in one take, and from looking at the film, I mean, in theory you're like, oh, that's a weird thing. But then once you actually see the film, and you're like, whoa, that actually really works. I think that, I don't know, someone brought up a pretty good point. I was watching the Screen Junkies movie fights. I don't really watch Screen Junkies that much, but I decided to watch that because it was the Oscar special. And they said that they might give Linklater the directing Oscar because of the absolute gamble that he took. You know, taking 12 years, casting his own daughter, you know, doing all these directorial ideas, and like actually paying off in a really good film. Once again, it was in my top 3 films of last year, Boyhood. And so, yeah, I'm so close. I think if I was to go with one, I'd probably go Inuyasha for Birdman. Okay, that's going to be my prediction for director. Okay, but that was a tough one though. Okay, best performance by an actress in a supporting role. You have Patricia Arquette for Boyhood, Laura Dern for Wild, Keira Knightley for The Imitation Game, Emma Stone for Birdman, and Meryl Streep for Into the Woods. A few of these I can rule out. I think Meryl Streep can be ruled out. Keira Knightley, I don't think she did amazing in The Imitation Game, so I think we can rule them out. Once again, much like my Golden Globe prediction, I think Patricia Arquette's probably going to win it for Boyhood. Once again, I don't think any of these performances are really amazing, but I think out of all of them, I'd probably say Patricia Arquette was pretty good. She managed to keep the consistency going for all of the film, and so you know, for all 12 years of the film, and so I think they'll probably give it to her. Emma Stone was pretty good in Birdman, I will say that, but I mean, I don't think it's an Oscar-worthy performance. At the same time, I thought that would be Jennifer Lawrence in Silver Linings Playbook, and yet, look what happened. Disgusting. Anyway, okay, best performance by an actor in a supporting role. I need to call these out. Okay, Robert Duvall for The Judge, Ethan Hawke for Boyhood, Edward Norton for Birdman, Mark Ruffalo for Foxcatcher, and J.K. Mother effin' Simmons for Whiplash. Guys, you already know what I'm gonna say. J.K. Simmons. And because I've seen the film, you know, like previously I was saying that in the Golden Globes and I was saying, oh, he's so good, but I've never seen the film. I've seen it, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad whenever I have this really high expectation for performance, like, okay, it's really going to be as good as what everyone's been saying, and heck, yes, he's as good as what everyone's saying he is. However, there's a lot of really good performances here. It's kind of annoying because the actress in the supporting role category is kind of weak, but then the actor in a supporting role category is really strong. I mean, look at all these performances. I haven't seen The Judge. That's the only film here I haven't seen, so I can't really say much for Robert Duvall. But apparently he did a pretty good job. Mark Ruffalo was pretty good. But, I mean, Ethan Hawke, Edward Norton, and J.K. Simmons all had amazing performances in all the films I've seen. No, I didn't see Boyhood this past week, but Birdman and Whiplash. Edward Norton, I think, would probably be a very close second, and Ethan Hawke, I really like Ethan Hawke anyway, so maybe that's why I'm saying he's like a really good performance. But I think he really did well. But between Edward Norton and J.K. Simmons, it's pretty close in terms of performances, but I just think J.K. Simmons is going to win though, like, hands down. So, J.K. Simmons is my prediction for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Okay, Actress in a Leading Role. We have Marion Cotillard, I can never pronounce this girl's name, okay. Marion Cotillard, I think that's how you pronounce it, in 2 Days, One Night. Felicity Jones in The Theory of Everything. Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl. Julianne Moore for Still Alice, and Reese Witherspoon for Wild. I think it will come down to the bottom 3, Reese Witherspoon, Rosamund Pike, and Julianne Moore. I think you can maybe rule Reese Witherspoon out because it's a pretty close contendership between Rosamund Pike and Julianne Moore. It's kind of annoying because I haven't seen a lot of these films. I've only seen Theory of Everything and Gone Girl, so I can't really talk about Julianne Moore or Reese Witherspoon. I've seen Rosamund Pike and Gone Girl, and she did a really captivating performance. So I think it's really close between her and Julianne Moore. I think if I was to give the Oscar to one of them, I mean, I haven't seen Julianne Moore's performance, but from all reports, it's like her best, and like that's saying something from Julianne Moore, who's had, you know, an amazing career over the past of, like, you know, the past 20 years or so. So, it's so close. I'd probably say Julianne Moore for Still Alice will win Best Actress. That's a pretty good category, I'd say. But I wouldn't be surprised if try it again. I wouldn't be surprised if Rosamund Pike won it as well. I think those are the two performances that are going to be head-to-head. Okay, speaking of head-to-heads, best performance by an actor in a leading role. Best actor, Steve Carell for Foxcatcher, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Imitation Game, Bradley Cooper for American Sniper, Michael Keaton for Birdman, and Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. I think if it was between two of them, it'd be Keaton and Redmayne, like I've been saying before. I mean, Steve Carell, I will say, was very impressive in Foxcatcher. Like, obviously, but at the same time, I think most of it went down to the makeup. Like, if it was just him by himself, I don't think it would have been as good, which is kind of disappointing. Benedict Cumberbatch, someone else in the Movie Talks video that I made a very good point that I do think Benedict Cumberbatch just played Sherlock Holmes. He plays, you know, the intelligent Brit, I think he did it again in The Imitation Game, so I don't think it's really Oscar worthy. Bradley Cooper for American Sniper. People are saying it's his best performance, but I don't think it's. I haven't seen the film. It only just recently came out. I'm not sure if I will see it or not. I'll probably watch it like at some point just so I can see all of these films. I do think it's between Keaton and Redmayne. If I was to pick, I'd probably go Redmayne for the better performance. But I do think they'll probably give it to Keaton because of his longevity. Because he's been around for quite a long. Redmayne only showed up in the 2010s anyway. Keaton's been around for so long, and I will say his performance is also really good. Eddie Redmayne, he transformed himself a lot more so than Steve Carell in my opinion, which is why I think he deserves it a lot more than him. So I do think between the two of them, my prediction is Keaton's probably going to win it for Best Actor. Although I really would like Eddie Redmayne to win it as well. So if either of them win, I'd be happy. Let's put it that way. And finally, the Best Motion Picture of the Year. Best Film, the nominees are American Sniper, Birdman, Boyhood, The Imitation Game, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Selma, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash, which I'm very impressed by. I'm surprised Whiplash got in there as well. Personally, my favourite films, if I was just bring them down here, there's a lot of really good ones here. Birdman was really good, Boyhood was excellent, The Grand Budapest Hotel was fantastic, and The Theory of Everything was pretty decent, and Whiplash was amazing as well. So I don't know, looking at those there, I think for Best Motion Picture, my guess is they're probably going to give it to Boyhood. It's going to be like the 12 Years thing where they had a really, the film really captivated a lot of people, and I think Boyhood did that a lot. I mean, sure, Birdman did it as well. I think it's between those two, and it's pretty weird that Selma only just got one nomination, and that's for Best Picture. This seems a bit weird. So because of that, I don't think they're going to win it. Personally, I really like Grand Budapest and Whiplash. The chances of them winning Best Picture are very slim when you got this lineup. So yeah, I do think my best film will probably go to Boyhood. I mean, once again, I made this prediction in the Golden Globes, I'm going to stand by it. Whoever wins Best Director won't win Best Picture. So if Linklater wins Best Director, I think Birdman might win Best Picture. But if Inarritu wins Best Director, then I think Boyhood's going to win Best Picture. And that's how I think it's going to go. I think Inarritu's going to win for Birdman for Director, and Boyhood is going to win for Best Picture. That's my opinion. Those are my predictions. So I'll list them all down here on the screen here for all my predictions. And let's see if I'm right. So 1 month's time, we're going to find out if I'm right here. Before I go off here, by the way, I just want to say I might start doing movie reviews, like reviewing on video as opposed to doing my previous Twitter thing, which is what I used to do. Remember, I used to do the Twitter reviews. I might start making videos of my reviews because I really wanted to review all the films I had seen this past week, which was what, Birdman, Foxcatcher, and Whiplash. Especially Whiplash, really wanted to review that. I really wanted to get a lot more people seeing it because it's such a good film. Even though it only just came out in the UK, I think America isn't even available anymore. But even then, just go buy the DVD or something. Okay, just go watch it on demand or whatever. I'm not sure if I'll do that. If you are interested in that, let me know in the comments if you're still sticking around. And I'll see what happens. I might end up making them anyway. I might not. We'll see how it goes with my schedules and whatnot. But I hope you enjoyed this. Those are my Oscar predictions, my finalized Oscar predictions. Whatever happens in the BAFTAs or whatever, I don't think they're going to change what I've got here. So yeah, that's about it. So my name's P-Dog, and I will see you at the latest for probably my Oscars reactions video if I'm doing any more film videos in the near future. So my name's P-Dog, and I'll see you guys next time.